Majority of the people are desperate for recognition. They just want recognition so much that they just cannot tolerate people underestimating them. But you need to understand that recognition creates expectations, and expectation creates pressure. And this pressure, like this kind of pressure you get from expectations, is very different from compared to the kind of pressure that people talk about, saying that it's a privilege to be in pressure. See, people, if you're someone, so people who cannot really tolerate, you know, people underestimating them, like even if you're one of them, it's okay, just hear me out, all right? It's okay. Like, people underestimating you, it's also kind of an advantage, all right? You need to understand that. There are people who just doesn't like people underestimating them. They believe they have these big goals, big dreams, big thoughts, and they talk big, and people will underestimate them. People will, like treat them like people will laugh at their goals and, will not take them seriously. And most of the, like some people, genuinely take this really seriously, and they just try to make them understand, or trying to stop this underestimation, and they will try to make people, they will try to make efforts to make people stop underestimating them, maybe through words, maybe through focusing, even if through trying to shut up trying to shut up the people who were underestimating them through actions. Their main focus is not on achieving their goals or trying to be at the top level, but their focus shifts more on shutting these people off who were underestimating them, which also kind of creates a problem in achieving the goals or the things that you really need to be doing. All right, it kind of affects your performance. It kind of affects how you should actually perform. For the guys who basically are in this stage where you don't like people talking bad stuff about you, people underestimating you, I need you to understand that it's a privilege. It's a form of advantage that you have, that people are underestimating you. All right, because being underestimated, you are in a place, you're like in a shadow where you don't really have people's expectations yet. All right, you can actually try to improve yourself. You can try to perfect at what you're trying to do. But I don't believe in perfection, but what I'm trying to say is you can try to improve. So when you're at the top, or when you're at the spotlight where you want to be, and you start getting this expectation, you start getting recognition, you won't really have the problem of being in pressure of pleasing other people, of trying to be being scared of your own, having this underconfidence inside yourself. And I see this in a lot of people where they hate being underestimated and stuff like that, and they never thought of it as a privilege, or something they never thought of it as a privilege, and their main focus, even if they're trying to shut off these people through actions, they were trying to do it because their whole focus is on the people who are underestimating them, trying to get this thing of people underestimating them off them. So what they do is when they really reach a level where they start getting recognition, they won't be able to really perform at the expected level. They won't be able to really be at people's expectations, right? So I'm not telling you that you should be performing or doing things for other people, but it's really important. The whole point of the video, it's rather important that you should think people underestimating you as a privilege, and it shouldn't really let you affect yourself, your mind and stuff. It shouldn't let you affect your mind and your performance. That's what I'm trying to deliver. And you're one of the persons who basically gets offended when people underestimated you and stuff like that. The next time you get offended, remember that it's a privilege, it's an opportunity to improve yourself. And because when nobody's watching, when nobody really expects something from you, you have this privilege of making mistakes, right? You can actually try to improve yourself making mistakes. People don't really have any expectations, and You can just practice, right? Try to be perfect. You can just keep on working hard and improve yourself without really having just people's expectations. And I think it's one of the biggest privileges. So the next time you're getting offended or stuff like that, when people laugh at your goals and you're getting underestimated, remember that it's a privilege. It shouldn't affect your mind. And it's for the people who get really easily offended by people's words when they're underestimated, because your mind is what you have as human beings. So it's the most powerful tool you have, and it all starts from the mind. All right, so if you really let your mind affect by some words or people underestimating you, it kind of really affects you. If you're someone who really wants to perform at the topmost level on whatever you do, so it's really important that you protect your thoughts and how you control it. So never think of people underestimating you as something that's like a thing that you should be getting offended by, but it's something that you should really be taking it as a privilege, like an advantage, like an opportunity you have. So use it as a place. Think of it as a shadow, like a space where you can actually practice without having the people's expectations. It's a privilege. And yes, don't be in a rush. Be patient. All right, especially if you're in the place where people are underestimating you. As I already said, it's a privilege. So work on yourself, because I know people who rush for recognition, who does things up, and they eventually face a lot of problems. Like, people are obsessed with recognition before they have even built anything. Like, people are really obsessed with recognition before they have even built anything. I hope this video is helpful to you in some way. If you have any thoughts for this video or any problems with your life, you can definitely leave it down in the comments. Until then, stay disciplined.